Have you ever heard of a place where history and legend are so tightly woven together that it's hard to tell them apart? Today, we're journeying deep into the heart of Romania, to the misty peaks of the Carpathian Mountains, to uncover the secrets of one of the most famous castles in the world, Bran Castle. You probably know it by its more chilling name, Dracula's Castle. This iconic fortress, perched dramatically on a cliff, has captured the imagination of millions, thanks to Bram Stoker's legendary 1897 novel, Dracula. The image of a vampire's lair, with dark towers silhouetted against a stormy sky, is forever linked to this very spot. But here's a twist for you. Bram Stoker never actually set foot in Romania. So how did a real-world castle become the home of a fictional vampire? The story connects to a real, and equally terrifying, historical figure, Vlad the Impaler, or Vlad Țepeș, the Prince of Wallachia. His brutal methods and fearsome reputation provided the perfect inspiration for Stoker's bloodthirsty count. But did Vlad ever actually live here? We'll get to that. First, let's peel back the layers of myth and explore the true story of Bran Castle. Our story begins way back in 1377, long before any vampire tales. The Saxons of Brasov built this fortress not as a noble's home, but as a rugged military stronghold. Its mission was clear: to defend the mountain pass between Transylvania and Wallachia from the constant threat of Ottoman invasions. Imagine soldiers patrolling these very walls, their eyes scanning the dense forests below, listening for the faintest sound of an approaching army. For centuries, Bran Castle stood as a silent guardian, a critical defense point that controlled not only military movements, but also trade. It eventually became a customs checkpoint, where merchants would pay taxes on goods traveling between the two principalities. Think of it as a medieval toll booth, but with much better views and a lot more cannons, too. Over time, its role evolved from a purely military outpost to a strategic administrative center, and eventually, it was gifted to royalty. So, where does the infamous Vlad the Impaler fit into all of this? This is where the line between history and marketing gets a little blurry. Historically, there is no solid evidence that Vlad the Impaler ever ruled Bran Castle, or lived here for any significant period. He was the ruler of Wallachia, the region to the south, while Bran was in Transylvania. Historical records suggest he might have been briefly imprisoned in the castle by the Hungarian king. Or perhaps he passed through the area during his military campaigns against the Ottomans. But the idea of him brooding in its towers as his personal residence, that's largely a creation of the 20th century. A brilliant piece of storytelling that linked the world's most famous vampire to one of Romania's most stunning castles. The connection is almost entirely literary and, let's be honest, a fantastic boost for tourism. So, while you can feel the medieval history in the stones, the Dracula legend is more of a ghostly echo. A story superimposed onto a place that already had a rich history of its own. Now, let's talk about what makes this castle so visually captivating. Stepping inside Bran Castle is like walking into a Gothic fairy tale. It's a maze of narrow, winding staircases that seem to lead to nowhere, hidden chambers, and secret passageways. You can almost imagine Queen Marie of Romania, one of its last royal residents, exploring these same corridors. The castle is furnished with beautiful medieval art, antique furniture, and imposing suits of armor that stand like silent sentinels in the halls. One of the most unique features is the inner courtyard, a charming, intimate space surrounded by wooden balconies and whitewashed walls. As you climb higher and higher through the towers, you're rewarded with the most breathtaking panoramic views. On a clear day, you can see the sprawling Carpathian Mountains rolling out in every direction, their peaks covered in dense, dark forests. It's a view that feels both majestic and mysterious, a landscape that could easily hide 1,000 secrets. Of course, a castle with this much history and legend is bound to have its share of ghost stories. For generations, locals have whispered tales about what happens here after the sun goes down. Some claim to have seen mysterious lights flickering in the windows of empty rooms, while others swear they've heard eerie voices echoing through the stone halls late at night. The most popular legends, naturally, revolve around the spirits that might still linger here. The ghost of Vlad the Impaler, forever tied to the fortress that bears his alter ego's name. Or perhaps it's the restless souls of soldiers who fell defending its walls. Or even one of his many victims, their spirits trapped within these ancient stones. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's an undeniable atmosphere inside Bran Castle. A certain weight of history, a feeling that the past is never truly gone. It's easy to let your imagination run wild as you wander through the dimly lit rooms, wondering what secrets these walls would tell if they could talk. So, what is Bran Castle today? It's one of Romania's most beloved and visited national monuments. After being passed through royal hands and later seized by the communist regime, the castle was eventually returned to the heirs of the royal family and now operates as a private museum. Millions of visitors from all over the world flock here every year, drawn by the irresistible pull of the Dracula legend. But they leave with so much more. Inside, you'll find a fascinating collection that tells the story of the castle and its most famous royal resident, Queen Marie. You'll see medieval weapons, ornate royal artifacts, and displays that detail the rich folklore of the region. Bran Castle has successfully balanced its dual identity. It's a place where you can geek out over vampire lore one minute and admire centuries-old art and architecture the next. It's a testament to how a single story can transform a place, making it a destination for history buffs, horror fans, and curious travelers alike. Ultimately, Bran Castle is a beautiful reminder of the power of storytelling. Shows us how a real place, with its own long and fascinating history of kings, queens, and soldiers, can become intertwined with a fictional legend to create something entirely new and magical. The castle itself is a masterpiece of medieval engineering, a guardian of the mountains. The legend of Dracula adds a layer of mystery and romance that has made it immortal, too. It's a place where fact and fiction dance together, inviting us to explore not just the history written in books, but the legends that are whispered on the wind. It teaches us that sometimes the stories we tell about a place become just as important as the events that actually happened there, turning a simple stone fortress into a timeless symbol of history and imagination. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to the heart of Transylvania. I hope you enjoyed uncovering the truth behind Dracula's castle. What's your favorite myth or legend about a historical place? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love exploring the stories behind the world's most mysterious places, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more adventures. See you next time.